when you've got the long sand shot and you've got to go 30, 40 yards, don't take a sand wedge out because it takes so much effort to get it back there to blast it. You can do it with just simply taking an 8-iron or a 9-iron. I've used a 7 and a 6-iron on some of these shots. And what you do is you just hit a normal blast shot. You set the face open. Because it doesn't have as much loft as a sand wedge, it's going to get the ball back there and it's going to run, kind of like a chip shot. Open the face, set your hands, open the body so that the face is straight, lean to the left, that way you don't have to try to cut it or pick it up, and then make your normal little swath of sand right towards the hole. Aim about 2 inches behind, and you don't have to swing hard at this. Just pace it up there, nice and easy. And boy, that ball will go up there and run right to the hole every time. This sand shot doesn't have to be difficult. You eliminated a lot of options with this one because we've got to throw it a long way. It's got to be a blast shot. I've got to get it up in the air, carry it all the way over the sand and onto the green. I can't use my 9-iron or pitching wedge run shot. So with this one, you want to think about swinging in a saucer. A low back and low through shot. And what that will do is that will give you a shallow arc coming through, and it'll throw the sand more towards the hole rather than up. So on this shot, we don't want to pick it up. Let the club swing up like on our normal shot. So open the face a little bit. You don't want to open your stance as much. Keep the face square. Always set your hands after you open the face. And rehearse a lot. Now with this shot, I don't want to dig my feet down a whole lot because I don't want that club going way down under. I'm thinking more of a skimmy shot. A skim shot like in the swimming pool. You don't want to splash it up, you want to kind of skim it. So I'm taking a longer, lower swing to play this shot. Now here we go. Open the face a little, set my hands, open my feet a little bit, rehearse. I'm playing the ball just below my logo on my shirt. I'm aiming about 1.5 inches behind the ball, and I'm going to pace my arms back and forth and swing the ball up there all the way to the hole. Look at that stop on that one. We're not only in the bunker, but the ball is above our feet. So this is easy to play if you just adjust yourself to the slope. You want to spread your stance out a little bit so that'll allow you to get through and make a swath of sand right under the ball, up towards the green. You don't want to open the face a lot because you're already on a slope. So set the face just a tiny bit open, then get your grip, then open your stance, and we've got to aim to the right because the slope's going to pull the club around and move it a little bit from right to left. Here we go now. Feel it. Rehearse, always rehearse. I'm going to aim about 1 inch behind the ball and make my swing go right up the slope, little right of the hole, then splash it right up by the hole. When the ball is down in the sand and the sand is firm and it's partially embedded, don't use your sand wedge because of the big flange will have a tendency to bounce and maybe slide into the back of the ball. Use a pitching wedge and open the face a little bit. Keep it down in your fingers. Open your stance. Keep your shoulders square. And you want to aim just a little bit behind the ball, maybe about 1.5 inches, so that the club will dig and slide right under the ball. Now you don't need to take a real hard swing at this because the sand is firm and the club's going to dig and slide right underneath. So I open the face a little, take my grip. Then I open my stance, I lean to the left, and when I do that, you know, that allows the club to swing up without manipulating it. My focus is about 1.5 inches behind. I'm going to rehearse, set into the shot, and a nice easy swing up and down. When you get the dreaded fried egg, it's an easy shot to get out. You need to have the club enter into the back of the crater right here where it starts to form. We've got to get the club head down underneath the ball, so you want to use the digger on the front of the sand wedge and close the face just like this. The club should enter down, straight down, and the energy of that club face and the flange going under the ball will pop it right out. every time without a lot of effort. Now, here we go. We're going to set up with the face square, maybe a little closed. I'm going to play the ball back because I want that club to go straight up and straight down, right in behind the ball. Now also, a good little tip is to turn your toe in like this towards the hole. That'll allow that club to swing up and down just like that, in behind the ball. Now you don't want a lot of follow through. You don't want to try to scoop it out. It'll pop out. Here we go. Hands are ahead, weights left, toes in. I aim right there, right behind, right where that crater starts, up and down, and watch how easy I swing and how the ball just pops right out. Here's a cute little shot. When you don't want that buried lie to roll, you know, I showed you earlier when you close the face and you come down on it, the ball will have a tendency to really take off. Well, now if we got to throw it up there and stop it pretty quick, open the face wide open. Take your grip, lean to the left. Now what we're going to try to do is play the shot right in here, right in the heel part of the club, right there. Pick it up and bring it down right behind the ball, about an inch or two, and just go right down under the ball. And it should just pop it right up. You want to keep your hands nice and low, and as you do that, and you start from this position, the club head will swing up and come down and cushion it right up, real soft, out of the bunker. Here we go. Just up and down. Look at that. Has this ever happened to you? Someone has walked out of the trap without raking it, and you're in one of his footprints. Now we play this shot much like a buried lie. You've got to determine where you want the digger to go in, and you always want that to enter in where the edge of the shoe came in, behind the ball, and go down under the ball. We don't want to hit it with an open face. So we set up just like our buried lie, close the face, ball back, weight to the left. We're going to have an upward and downward motion, entering the club in behind because we want this digger to go down and get under the ball. The ball will splash up. It doesn't take a lot of effort. Aim where you want it to come in, just like the buried lie. Weights to the left, hands ahead, feel it, and a nice easy swing, and it'll pop right up by the hole. Oh, how did I miss that one? It should be an easy shot for you too. Now here's the predicament. We've got a high bank, not a lot of green, and a fairly flat lie. We've got to splash that sand up and not into the bank. So we've got to use a shaped swing that goes up and down, and I really want to feel that splashing motion. I want to feel like I'm going to spank the bottom of that wedge under the ball, and the sand's going to fly straight up. More of a V-type swing. Now, when you work with this shot, you've got to open the face first, then set your hands. Be sure you always do that. And then I'm going to have to really get wide, and also by leaning way left, that will bring the club up. Now, with this shot, what I usually do, and I would suggest you do this, is don't be afraid that after you come in and look at the shot, to walk out the back of the bunker and rehearse it on the grass. Feel the shot you've got, open the face, set it, and just spank. Feel it. Look up at the hole. There's nothing wrong with doing this. Rehearsing is great, especially in the bunker. Now, one more thing. This little tip I carried through my whole career on the PGA Tour. If you want to let that club come up in that V position so that it can really get down and splash the ball up quick, what I do is take my normal grip, and then I slip my thumb out the back like a baseball batter. Now, what does that do? Well, that allows that club to break up, and it allows the club to fall down and splash that sand up a lot faster. Now, let's go through it. Set up square, open the face wide. When I set my hands, I'm going to take that thumb and put it out the back. Open up, lean way left, feel it, light grip. I don't have to hit this very hard. I've set up for it, and I just swing it up and drop it And boy, it'll come up and it'll just stick right up by the hole every time. Practice these principles. Feel it. And do the shots just like I've shown you.